YouTube, Megan here, one half the dynamic duo Sprite Lovers, with my installment of what I've been playing lately. Alright, I totally dorked out there. Yeah, so my counterpart Nate filmed a video a couple weeks ago spotlighting some of the games that he was playing. So I figured, you know, I'd film my own because why not? I'm going to talk about a couple games. You know, I'm sure most of you have heard of these games, especially the first game I'm going to talk about. And that game is Xenoblade Chronicles 3D for the new Nintendo 3DS. I feel like I have to say the whole title there because it, you know, has to say it right up top there. So very important, strictly for the new Nintendo 3DS. I've been playing this game since April of this year. I'm probably like 60 hours into it, level 44 or something. I've really been taking my time with it. It's a huge game. It amazes me how they've been able to pack so much gameplay and so much, you know, world into one teeny tiny little cart. Absolutely mind-blowing. This, you know, was originally, I'm sure as most of you know, was originally from the Wii version. They made a port for the new Nintendo 3DS. I'm being goofball, but yeah, so they made this game for the new 3DS. I picked it up day one because, you know, I'd seen gameplay footage of, you know, when Nate played it on the Wii. Looked absolutely incredible. The characters seemed awesome, the worlds, the music, so I was like, alright, well, I'll get it for the 3DS. And honestly, it's been great. I don't really have anything bad to say about this game other than it's really, really, really long. You know, which is okay. It's nice to have a game that you can get totally, you know, immersed in. You get what I'm saying. So it's, you know, it's a great game. The characters are awesome. So far, the story's awesome, although I feel like I've barely, you know, touched on everything. I'm only, you know, 50-something hours in. So I know there's so much more gameplay ahead of me. But my problem is I tend to kind of have like a gamer ADD, so as much as I love this game, I'm having a hard time staying with it because there's so many other games that I want to play and move on to and talk about and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, I guess the only thing bad is that the game's too long. The other thing I wanted to say from it, having not played the Wii version of it, you know, the biggest difference, if only difference, is that the graphics have been toned down a bit. And I think that's okay. I think they did a great job, and like I said, I'm sure they had to make cutbacks somewhere in order to fit everything onto such a tiny little disc, or cart. Sorry, I'm tired. But yeah, I mean, great game, and I'd highly recommend, if you want to get the Wii version, you're gonna probably drop like a pretty penny to get it. You know, if you have a new Nintendo 3DS, pick this up. You're gonna save a lot of money. And it's portable, which is what really appealed to me about this, was being able to, you know, bring it on the go with me, work, to bed, to my mom's house, you know. So it's really, really awesome. You know, I can see why it's so well loved and so, you know, liked. So definitely recommend. But, you know, keep in mind you're going to be investing a lot of time into this, especially if you want to get through the story. There's many side missions, side quests, a lot of fetch quests, and like, you know, kill this monster in this area and stuff. And I like that stuff. I personally very much like it. But it's time consuming, and, you know, this day and age when we have so much stuff going on, it's hard to spend a lot of quality time in a game. But if you get the chance to play it, it's pretty cheap. I mean, considering the content you're getting, so well worth what you're paying for. Real quick too, just to kind of brag, I got this from a newfound friend of ours who sold this to us for a really decent price. Because I was loving the game so much, I thought I'd show it off. It's my cool little Xenoblade Chronicles standee that is now hanging out on my bookshelf upstairs. But thank you, Kurt, for hooking me up for hooking me up with this. I can't talk today. It looks pretty cool on there. So the next game I wanted to talk about, this game's been out for a couple years. You know, some of you have heard of it, maybe not. It's an indie game called The Unfinished Swan. I know it was released a while ago. I'm trying to think. I just feel like it's been out for a while. It was released a couple months ago as a PlayStation Plus freebie. We got it on our PS4. Very short game. Probably only about 3 hours worth of 3 hours of gameplay. But very, very charming story. It's, well, I'm not going to get too much into the story of it. Pretty much it's a first-person puzzle adventure game. You know, it starts off where you're playing as a little boy whose name is Monroe. His mom just passed away, and his mom used to paint. After his mom passes away, one night he's, you know, sleeping, and I think he wakes up and he realizes in one of the paintings that his mom made, the swan that was in it runs off. Now, the reason that the game's called Unfinished Swan, I guess his mom had a habit of not finishing paintings or whatever, so, you know, pretty much the whole game you're running, or not running, but you're going through these worlds looking for this swan that escaped the painting. So that's the basic premise of it. As you're going through, you learn about this king that ruled the land, whatever land you're going through. Again, I'm trying not to give too much away because I don't want to spoil anything. But you learn of this king that ruled it, and he was kind of a weird, kooky guy, and explains a lot, too, of why the worlds look the way they do. When you start off in the game, everything's completely white, everything's completely blank, and it's kind of cool because the game doesn't tell you that you have to do this, or do, you know, you just kind of got to play around with it and figure it out for yourself, and I really like that. I wish more games did that, kind of, you know, didn't walk you through what you had to do. But anyway, you walk into this world, everything's all white, and through trial and error, you're like, oh, cool, I can shoot ink out, and next thing you know, you're splattering ink all over the place, and you see this world kind of appear before you, and, you know, through different story elements, you find out why everything's all white, you find out why things look the way they do, and it's pretty cool. You know, it had a little bit of feels towards the end of the game. Again, I'm trying to keep things kind of vague because I don't want to spoil. But the game was such very simple. You know, nothing too hard. The puzzles weren't too challenging. The game was very clean, and it had like almost like a look to it that sort of reminded me of like Mirror's Edge. Not so much in the gameplay. I mean, it was first person, but you know, everything being white and clean and stark, and you know, only certain splashes of color here and there. And again, the story kind of explains why that is. But everything was smooth. You know, the story was awesome, what little story there was. But it was a very interesting experience, and I very much liked it. I definitely recommend it if you're looking for something short to play. You know, just a fun little short game. I don't know how much it goes regularly. Like I said, I got it for free. But well worth the time, well worth, you know, the 3 or 4 hours I played in it. The other thing that was kind of cool of it, too, as the story unfolds, I'm kind of rewinding. As the story unfolds, everything's told in sort of a storybook manner. So everything's kind of like in this sort of fairy tale world. Yeah, I'll leave you with that because, like I said, I don't want to give too much away. Very cool game. Very well worth the experience. Definitely you should check it out. Alright guys, thank you for watching my what I've been playing lately video. Again, that's kind of what I'm rolling with. That's what I'm calling it. If you have any questions, if you have any games that you want to recommend, I'm all ears. So you can hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on our Sprite Lovers page. You know, tell me what you've been playing. I always love to hear what other gamers have to say. You know, opinion-wise, what they've been playing. Whether it's something rare or whatnot, common, you know, tell me what you've been playing. In the meantime though, guys, thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll see ya.